How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the College Basketball Show with host Alec Pecano here on Saturday, February 17th. Let's get right into the show. I will be sharing my screen so we can preview the slate for college basketball today. We're going to go conference by conference. We're going to start with the A-Sun. So there is 4 games in the A-Sun today. We're going to start with Stetson and Florida Gulf Coast. Stetson is 8-3 in conference play. And personally, if I'm taking a wager or a bet on this game, I've tried betting against Stetson. I've done it twice and I've gotten burned both times. So I don't recommend taking FGCU into 2 points because we had this same opportunity a month, like beginning of January. We had the same 2 teams playing, Stetson and Florida Gulf Coast. It was at FGCU, and we took FGCU plus 2.5. And it did not work. It blew up in our face. Stetson ended up winning and covering the spread. So this time, if you're going to bet on the game, I would take Stetson minus the 2 points. And I think Stetson's going to win this game. I think it's going to be sort of high scoring. So I would also take the total on this game, which is 142.5. And I would take over in the other parlay. There's a couple parlays I would do in this Stetson FGCU game. I would either do the Stetson money line and the over, or Stetson and the point, Stetson minus 2.5, as well as the over. So I'm taking Stetson to win. Lipscomb Central Arkansas. Lipscomb's a 9.5 point favorite here. I'm obligated. Okay, that's almost at 10. And Lipscomb, both these teams need to win desperately. I am taking Lipscomb. Actually, I'm taking Central Arkansas at home. I'm taking Central Arkansas plus the points here for an upset. And I also like the over in this game. Eastern Kentucky, Bellarmine. Briefly, I'm going to talk about this because you will see it later on in the show. I like Eastern Kentucky and the minus 6.5. Austin P and North Alabama. Austin P and North Alabama are in that log jam at 7-5. I would feel a little wary taking Austin P at plus 3.5. So I'm going to go North Alabama and take the minus 3.5. ACC is next. So the early games in the ACC, you've got Wake Forest and Virginia. This line has been moving the whole week. It was at minus 3.5 for Virginia. Then it went down to 2.5, back up to 3.5. I'm a little worried that Virginia is on upset alert. I am going to take Wake Forest plus 2.5 here. And I'm taking Wake Forest in the points. I think Virginia wins, but I think Wake Forest covers. Virginia Tech, North Carolina. Give me Give me North Carolina and give me the minus 10.5 that they're favored by. And give me the over. Florida State and Duke. Now, looking at this game, it's, again, ACC conference game. I am staying as far away from the spread of the game as I can. Minus 5.5. It worries me a lot that Duke is going to get upset. So I'm steering clear of the spread, and I'm gonna go with the over of 151.5. Miami, Boston College. It's another game that you'll see in a little bit, but here's my pick for it. I think BC's going to beat Miami, Florida. Syracuse, Virginia Tech is another game that you'll see in a minute. It is actually one of my upsets. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to say, look at the over here. I'm going to take the over of 150.5 points. Pitt, Louisville, give me Pitt minus the 12.5. And I like, for some odd reason, I just have that inkling inside of me that it's going to go under the total of 149.5. NC State, Clemson is the last ACC game. I'm going to take Clemson minus 7.5, and I'm taking over 146.5. A10. Yeah, Richmond and George Washington. Give me Richmond minus 5.5, and give me Richmond to win. Fordham and Dayton. Give me Dayton minus 14.5, and give me the over of 139.5. And also give me Dayton to win. UMass and LaSalle. Okay. I notice a huge discrepancy here with UMass. Look at UMass's record, 16-8, and look at LaSalle, 11-14. But look at their conference records. UMass 7-5 in conference. LaSalle 2-10 in conference. Give me UMass and give me the over. I don't want anything to do with the spread. Nothing at all. Staying away from the spread, give me the over. St. Joseph's and Duquesne. This one's easy for me. Give me St. Joseph's plus 2.5. Because if you look at St. Joseph's record, they're 16-9. You look at Duquesne, they're 14-10. I would rather go with St. Joseph's and the points. St. Bonaventure and Davidson. Give me the Bonnies. Give me the Bonnies and the 7.5 points. And give me St. Bonaventure to win. American Athletic Conference. We're going to do a couple more conferences. There's only one game in the America today, and that is Rice and Tulane. Rice and Tulsa, correction. And they're leaning Tulsa. I don't see Tulsa's 12-12, and they're 3-9 in conference. Somebody's got to get a conference win here. I think it's going to be, I'm taking Rice plus 4.5. I like Rice plus 4.5 here. And if you're betting on the game, give me the over 147.5. And that does it for that portion of the show. Now, here are my upset picks for college basketball today. My first upset pick is UCF +1 to upset Cincinnati. Now, if you saw on Monday my rankings, Cincinnati is ranked. I don't like, I absolutely love UCF +1 here. I looked at the tickets, the bets being placed on this game, and around 90% of the tickets are going with UCF +1 here. So I would take UCF +1 and I would feel really good about it. My second upset, and at the end of the show, I will tell you a record from last night and our record on the week. But my second upset is Nevada +2 to upset UNLV. Does this happen? I think it does happen, and I don't know why. I just have a theory out there that Nevada +2 is one of my favorite plays of the night. Favorite plays. My third upset is Wofford +2 to upset North Carolina Greensboro. Now, this is a classic case of, can Wofford pull the upset? I believe they can. Will it happen? We have to wait and see. And if they do pull the upset, it would be monumental. Like last night, if you watched my show yesterday morning, when I had my co-host / he's going to be regular rotation guest, John, on, he talked about North Florida +2.5, and he said he'd take Kennesaw State. And I stuck with my gut and took North Florida, and whoop-de-did, look what happened. North Florida upset Kennesaw State. My fourth upset is Stony Brook +2.5 to upset Monmouth. This is another classic case of Stony Brook's been pretty good this year. I have very rarely used them as an upset pick. Do I think they can pull the upset today? Yes. Will they? Again, it's the question of, is it worth the shot? Yes, it is. I think you can get this at a very cheap price. +2.5 in favor of Wofford. Correction, in favor of Stony Brook. Stony Brook +2.5 to upset Monmouth. Here. My next upset, my fifth upset, is Georgia Tech +2 to +1 to upset Syracuse. I don't know what it is about this game. I really, really like the spread here. And I know Syracuse is at home. I don't trust Syracuse. Syracuse hasn't looked like the Syracuse we know them to be, which is winning games and beating teams. They have won a lot of games this year, but I think they're on upset alert today against Georgia Tech. And my final upset is Northern Arizona +6.5 to upset Portland State. Now, I've gone with Northern Arizona a couple times, and it's bitten me in the behind. I don't think it's going to bite me in the butt this time. I think Northern Arizona will win and pull the upset. And then my free plays of the night is, my first one is take over 150.5 points in the Boston College versus Miami game. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in the BC Miami basketball game. And I like the over a ton here. And then my second free play of the night is Providence minus 19 to cover against DePaul. Providence is a wagon at home. A wagon. And we take Providence anytime they play at home. If they're playing somebody we feel like they can beat, and they can beat easily, we take Providence plus whatever, minus the point total, minus this point spread. Now the last part of the show, before I tell you what our record was last night and our record on the week, game picks. Oh gosh. Here we go. Game picks. So my first game pick is Stanford versus Washington State. I think Washington State's going to win this game. Stanford's had their chances to win games, and they've lost. But I see Washington State winning this game, but I can also see the opposite end of the spectrum where you think Stanford might win. And I can see that happening too. I can see Stanford winning, or I can see Washington State winning. The second game that I will be giving a game pick for is Kentucky and Auburn. Originally, I had Auburn winning, but I think Kentucky just has too much guard play to the point where I think Kentucky wins this game. But this is going to be a very, very competitive basketball game. And I think Kentucky wins a very competitive, high-scoring basketball game. Eastern Kentucky Bellarmine is the next game I'm giving a game pick for. And I like Eastern Kentucky here, even though they're playing at Bellarmine. Now, could I look dumb if Bellarmine beats Eastern Kentucky? Absolutely, I could. But I want Eastern Kentucky. I think Eastern Kentucky is going to end up winning. And then my last game pick for today is Michigan State versus Michigan. I think Michigan. Let me say something here. Michigan has not had a good year in basketball, and ignore the fact that I'm wearing Ohio State sweatshirt. Ignore that. I think Juwan Howard is the next coach in college basketball to get fired, to get booted out of where he's coaching, because Michigan has not been that really good this year, and neither has Ohio State. But I'd feel much safer here taking Michigan State and whatever the spread is, or taking Michigan State and the point spread and the over. So last night we had a rough night for upset picks. We went 1-5, which brings our total for our record for this week to 13-14. And ladies and gentlemen, I offer the Alec Knows Sports YouTube channel. I offer memberships. They are as follows. The Alex Minions is 99 cents a month. The $4.99 a month is, and you get perks with all of these. $4.99 a month. You know what? I'm just going to pull it up. Hold up. I'm going to pull it up. So give me a second. That's not what we want. I want my channel. He's a defensive-minded head coach. So here's the membership price point. So Alex Minions is it's 99 cents a month. Alex Rough Riders is $4.99 a month. And the Alec Knows MVP package is $14.99 a month. And with this, what you get, Alec Knows MVP package, you get the first dibs when college football season starts. You get first dibs on upset picks for college football every single week. The Rough Riders, you get a chance to be a guest on the show, virtual video collaboration, and with the last one, you get member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply comments. And then I also have merch. Here is the merch on the screen. Take a look at it. And it will be tagged in my videos. But ladies and gentlemen, that does it for today's show. I will see you tomorrow night for another edition of the CFB show, where I will be doing my way too early predictions for the Big 12. But in the meantime, I'm out of here. See ya. Peace. Have a wonderful rest of your day.